All right, let me plug the joint. How men lose power in dating, beauty, validation, and sexual frustration. Explain. You know, I've been saying this for years that the internet, but more specifically, social media, is littered with sexually frustrated males all over Facebook, all over YouTube, all over X, formerly known as Twitter, all over TikTok, all over the gram, and wherever else guys conjugate at. Nothing but sexually frustrated males everywhere. You got sexually frustrated males that call themselves dating coaches. They when you listen to them talk, you can tell by the dating advice that they give that it comes from a sexually frustrated male. You can tell by the way these guys talk that they're sexually frustrated. And let me just say this. This is what guys don't understand. Sexual frustration actually takes a toll on a lot of you men. It has taken a toll. It will take a toll, behavioral wise and psychological. And understand that sexual frustration impacts your behaviors. I'm gonna break it down how your behaviors are impacted by sexual frustration, whether you are consciously aware or not, right? And also the psychological effect that sexual frustration has, specifically as it relates to the beauty of women and the validation that men seek from attractive women. How men lose power in dating, beauty, validation, and sexual frustration explained. Now, the main purpose of this joint is to show you guys, a lot of you guys, look, this is just some real shit. A lot of you guys are mentally weak and emotionally unstable. Or you can say mentally fragile. A lot of guys have weak minds when it comes to women. Your mind is weak. You are a prisoner in your own mind because you're overly concerned with what women are always thinking about you. How you look, how you sound, what you're saying. You're overly concerned with how women are perceiving you. And it's impacting your ability to be attractive. I don't think guys understand this shit. Your fucking behaviors are impacting your ability to be sexually appealing. Never mind how the fuck you look. It don't matter how the fuck you look. Your behaviors are fucking you up. How men lose power in dating. Let me just say this real quick. Every single man has power and the ability to influence the opposite sex. Unfortunately, because guys ain't got no game, they go about doing this in the wrong way. Again, how men lose power in dating, beauty validation, and sexual frustration explained. Before I continue, like the damn video. Liking is free. The liking is free. It's funny, man. I drop a video and I'm like, it's free to like, just like the video. I'm giving you a free video, donate a free like. Like dudes be so quick to spend money on a bitch and can't get no pussy, but you can't give me a free like for this free game. You know, that's why y'all stay losing though. How men lose power in dating, beauty, validation, and sexual frustration. Explain. So, what is sexual frustration? What is it? Sexual frustration is the internal tension that builds when your sexual desires, needs, or instincts aren't being fulfilled, expressed, or reciprocated in the way you want. It's not just about sex. Okay, this is why I talk about the psychological effect because it impacts your mind. It impacts the way you feel about yourself. It impacts the way that you interact with the opposite sex. Right? Again, it's not just about sex. It's about the lack of release. It's about the lack of connection. It's about the lack of intimacy. It's about the lack of validation. It's about the lack of masculine expression. I want to touch on something, but this is important. I want to go back. When I said it's not about sex, it's about the lack of release and it's about the lack of connection. And it's also about the lack of intimacy. Let's stop right there. Connection and intimacy. Connection and intimacy. A lot of these guys that say they just want to smash chicks and they want to have a roster of women and all of this, no, they don't. They think that that will fulfill them. They think having multiple women to have access to the fuck would fulfill them. See, let me just say something about what the passport bros figured out. Right. This is why a lot of them go overseas and they stay for a few weeks, a month, or whatever. They're not going over there just for sex. Now, some of them, especially the broke ones, the broke ones are going over there just for sex because they can't afford to set up shop and actually stay there for a lengthy period of time. Right. The broke ones are going over there to just to bust a nut. Right. Guys who probably got a little bit more money. It's not to say that they're wealthy or anything. They just got a little bit more money, and you got to remember they're in a third world country. You could be making $50,000, $60,000 here in the U.S. and go live in fucking Colombia. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't got to be wealthy to do it, right? When I say broke niggas, I'm just talking about dudes who their money just won't allow them to do that. Right now, here's the thing: what a lot of the passport bros is doing, they want more than just sex. They do want that connection that I spoke about. They do want that intimacy, the non-sexual intimacy. Because guys, a lot of these guys that be doing this non-sexual shit with women, spending the night, taking showers with bitches, they love that shit just like women do. They love it just like women do. Right? Don't get it twisted. A lot of these guys are not built to just have sex with women and that's it. They get emotionally attached too, just like women do. Because they think about dating and sex like females anyway. So it explains why they get emotionally attached like women, right? But the passport bros, they're going over there. They're not just paying for sex, they're paying for a connection. They're paying for the girlfriend experience. They're paying for what they feel like is a connection, is some type of intimacy beyond just the physical act of fucking. That's what a lot of them are doing. That's why they'll get a girlfriend and pay for everything and basically be a long-term trick. That's what a lot of passport bros are. They're long-term tricks, right? How men lose power in dating, beauty, validation, and sexual frustration explained. Again, let me read this again. I want y'all to get it. And I'm going to break down the psychological effects and the behavioral patterns that a lot of y'all exhibit. Sexual frustration is the internal tension that builds when your sexual desires, needs, or instincts aren't being fulfilled, expressed, right, or reciprocated in the way you want. It's not just about sex, gentlemen. It's about the lack of release, which is basically busting a nut, right? Now, you can bust a nut by yourself, but having that release with the aid of a very attractive, pleasant, feminine woman, it's a completely different thing, right? I think we would all agree to that. It's not about the lack of release. I mean, it's about the lack of release, connection, intimacy, validation, and masculine expression. So let's go ahead and break this down. Let's go ahead and break this down. Psychological effects: irritability, impatience, agitation. A lot of you guys, when you speak to women, you're showing signs of these things in your interactions. Irritability, irritated at the woman. You start getting short. This is where guys, and y'all have heard this before, where guys will start off being very, very passive, very indirect with women. They might go out on a date or two. They might have multiple phone calls and textathons. And the whole time the guy is being very, very vague, very indirect, very passive. And at some point, he says, fuck it. And he just tells the chick over a text, come over so I can fuck you. And a woman is like, what? And he think he's being direct. Like we've even gotten calls where guys said, "Oh, I was passive at first, but I was direct later." No, 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 no. In order to be direct, you have to be direct from the get go. If you start off passive and then try to get direct later, that's more or less really passive aggressive, right? And the reason why I say that's passive aggressive because what's making you more aggressive, what's making you be more direct is the fact that you're irritable, is the fact that you're impatient. You're tired of waiting for her to give you that choosing signal you've been looking for. You're tired of waiting for her to offer you the pussy or for her to throw herself at you. So now you're impatient and you'll just say, all right, hey, you want some dick? And guys swear they're being direct. No, you're not. You're being passive aggressive and you're sexually frustrated because of the way that you're going about it. Again, irritable, agitated, and impatient with the woman, right? Next up, anxiety or restless energy. I've said this about a lot of you guys. You are unsettled. Mentally and emotionally, you're unsettled. So when you go out and you deal with women, there's no focus. You're unsettled, right? Why? Because you have anxiety, you have restless energy that's associated with your sexual frustration, right? Next up, feeling undesirable or inadequate. How many live streams do you guys watch where you see guys in the live chat talking like that, downing themselves, right? Guys calling up, downing themselves. That's all part of sexual frustration. Again, feeling undesirable or inadequate. Next up, resentment toward women or dating. I've been saying this. I've been saying that every single guy who complains about women is sexually frustrated to one degree or another. He is sexually frustrated. And this is what I mean by that. A guy can be having sex and still be sexually frustrated. Why? Because he's not having sex with the women he's actually sexually attracted to. That's one. Or two, he's not having the types of sex that he likes. Meaning, if he's a freaky, kinky guy, but he's having sex with women who just lay there and they're not willing to, you know, gratify him, he's going to be unfulfilled. Right? Again, resentment toward women in dating. When guys complain about women, they're showing that they resent women. But it's not the woman's fault. Guys, if you're sexually frustrated because you're not having sex with the women you are attracted to and you are not having the types of sex you enjoy, that's your fault. Because women don't owe it to you to give it to you. Women don't owe it to you to give it to you. So if you're having difficulties busting that nut the way you like with the women you like, that's 100% your fault. So your sexual frustration is not the fault of the woman's, it's your fault. Step your game up. And here's the thing, because guys will say, oh, just pay for it. No, tricks are also sexually frustrated because the women they're having sex with oftentimes are just laying there. They're just laying there. Okay. No guy wants to have sex with a woman who just lays there. No guy wants to do that. And if you settle for that, it's because you're sexually frustrated, right? So let's move on. Fixation on sex, validation, or attention. Fixation on sex, pay attention to the live chats, the live streams. All guys do is talk about sex all the time. They don't talk about manhood shit. They don't talk about, I'm insecure. Can you help me with that? I have low self esteem. Can you help me with that? I lack confidence. Can you help me with that? I'm broke. I live with my parents. My money funny. I have no vision for myself, no plans, no goals, no motivations, or no motivation to do anything. Can you help me with that? No, that's not what they call up for. Can you give me a pickup line? Can you tell me what to say to approach women? It's always sex, 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 sex. Why? Because they're sexually frustrated. This is why guys prefer the PUA shit. Because they figure, man, just tell me how to get to the pussy. Fuck all this manhood shit. Fuck respecting myself. Fuck loving myself. I just want to get into some pussy. These are sexually frustrated guys, right? I'm just gonna start calling out every time we get a call. I'm just gonna point it out every time from now on, right? Next up, yeah, hold on real quick. I'll make sure I stay okay. All right, cool. Next up, self judgment, shame, or guilt over desires. Again, self judgment, shame, or guilt over desires. So let's move on to the behavioral patterns. And I'm going to wrap it up with this. What are we talking about? How men lose power in dating. Beauty, validation, and sexual frustration. Explain. Behavioral patterns. Porn overuse or compulsive masturbation. Do y'all want to know why that whole no fat movement started and guys started talking about porn? YouTubers started talking about it? Because they were the guys doing that. They were the guys who were addicted to porn or overindulging in porn and jacking off all the time. That's why they're talking about it because they were those guys. And so when they tell you guys practice no fat, they don't know how to get over their sexual frustration. They're just taking wild stabs in the dark. So they get on the internet taking wild stabs in the dark, trying to give goofy ass advice about not touching your dick. Touching your dick is not the problem. The problem is that you're sexually frustrated. And the reason why you're sexually frustrated is because you don't know how to talk to women. And the reason why you don't know how to talk to women is because you're scared. It's not because of society. It's not because your daddy went to the store and never came back. It's not because your mama didn't nurture you. It's not because of your fucking religion. It's not because of your fucking culture. Like one goofy guy said, oh, well, it's the culture. No, no. When you talk about culture, that's society. When you talk about society or culture, that's conditioning. Okay. That's a choice. Whether it's tradition, culture, or conditioning, it's a choice to partake in that. All right. So let's move on. Again, behavioral patterns, porn overuse or compulsive masturbation. Right? And all that means is sex is so much on your mind, it dominates your mind because you're not having healthy interactions with women that lead to sex, that leads to that release, right? Next up, chasing validation instead of genuine connection. Zach, what does that mean? Chasing validation instead of genuine connection. What's validation? Seeking compliments. What's validation? Getting a woman's phone number. You ever notice that guys just are so fixated on getting a woman's phone number? Them successfully getting a phone number is validation for them. Here's the problem. In their pursuit for that validation to get that all important phone number, they never made a genuine connection in the interaction, which is why the woman either never calls or she never shows up on a date. So for all you fucking guys that are going up to women and saying, hey, my name is Bill. Hey, the reason why I approach you is because I find you attractive and I would like to take you out sometime. You want to take my number? For all you guys that do that goofy shit, I'm talking about y'all. Chasing validation instead of a genuine fucking connection. Where in that goofy ass interaction did you have a genuine connection? And this is what I noticed for guys who do that real quick shit where you talk at women, all of them are sexually frustrated. I've noticed this shit. Every last one of them are sexually frustrated. Now, let's move on. Emotional withdrawal or numbness. When you guys hear guys talking on the internet about that's why I'm not dating women anymore. I'm not even approaching women anymore. You know what? I just ignore women. I act like they don't exist. All of those guys are sexually frustrated. They're just giving up. I want some pussy and I can't get it. And what it is they haven't tried everything. They haven't got coaching from motherfuckers who actually got game. They haven't tried everything. And for those of you who do get coaching from motherfuckers who got game, maybe it would actually help you if you listen to the fucking advice, right? I'm just saying, right? Now, Sutton swings between being nice and cold. Again, sudden swings between being nice and cold. I got a video to show you what I mean. Sudden swings between, please tell me I still got that video. Here we go. Sudden swings between being nice and cold. Ladies, when men are short with you and there's a mood swing, they're sexually frustrated. Peep game.
Well, I really appreciate it. Should I cover my half or?
No, I got you.
You sure? Oh, thank you so much. It was delicious. But I'm going to probably head up because it's late and I have to get up early in the morning. So.
Well, can I walk you to your room?
I don't know if they allow if you're not staying in the room. It'd just be easier if you. But I appreciate dinner and
I get it.
No, it's not like that. No,
it
seriously isn't. No, I mean, I don't fuck.
Man pays for dinner.
I don't fuck on the first date, and I feel like you've been kind of like, you've been acting like it this entire time. Like,
all right, you just wanted a free meal.
No. First off,
Understood.
I have no problem paying for my own bill to
okay.
avoid something like this.
Well, then go for it. Do it. Fuck it.
Are you serious right now?
Yep, just do it. Pay for your own bill.
You're a fucking asshole. Like, I have no problem.
All right, there we go. Ladies and gents, that was the epitome of a sexually frustrated male who took a woman out on a date. He was very vague, very passive, and very indirect about what he really wanted. So he took this chick out on a dinner date and drinks. He was expecting sex to happen. So hold on. Let's go back. When we talk about sexual frustration, again, when you feel like your sexual desires, needs, or instincts aren't being fulfilled, expressed, or reciprocated. Excuse me. The guy in the video got upset because his sexual desires were not being reciprocated. And he did not express them correctly. He never flirted with this woman. He just assumed because this woman gave him the number, he called it, it was the right number, he offered a date, she accepted, she showed up, he assumed there was genuine interest as it relates to sex. Like many of you just assume shit. All the while, you're never gonna get over your sexual frustration because you don't know how to flirt with women. You don't know how to talk to women and entice them to want to fuck you, but instead, you just do goofy shit hoping to get some pussy. Much like the guy in the video, much like a lot of you, right? So let's move on. Next up, over investment in a woman who gives sexual attention. Right there. Over investment in a woman who gives sexual attention, meaning she's give you the misleading impression that sex can happen. You guys over invest in that woman. You call her more, text her more, try and set up more dates or more times to see her, thinking sex is right around the corner. All of you get got like that. Next up, fantasizing but avoiding real. I'll finish it with this. Fantasizing but avoiding real interactions. Zag, please tell us what that looks like, because I know you're going to say some shit. Fantasizing but avoiding real interactions. Live streams. All of those hypothetical questions. What if I approached a group of girls? What if I approached a girl and her friend like me, but she don't? These guys have never experienced any of that. They're fantasizing. Fantasizing, but avoiding real interactions. How men lose power in dating. Beauty, validation, and sexual frustration explained. Here it is, guys. You are a weak male if you are enamored by the way that a woman looks. If you are mainly motivated to deal with a woman based on how she looks, where her attitude and her behavior is secondary to how she looks, you are a weak motherfucker and you deserve whatever you get. And you deserve to be sexually frustrated until your dying day. Like, share, and subscribe. Peace.